Finding confidence in your body as you age is a challenge for some, but wouldn't it be amazing if one little injection could create a better you? Guys, it's your BFF Snowy Oreo 663 here, right now, and for day 12 of the Scare-A-Thon, we have a great body horror film with The Substance from 2024. I haven't seen this one before the marathon, but I heard so many good things about it when it came out. Body horror is such an interesting genre to me, and we do have another in the category in this list. This one seems to get the most hype from the community. I'm very excited to check this one out, so let's hope you're not squeamish. I'll start with a brief synopsis, go into my thoughts, and then dive into spoiler territory with a full summary. Ready? Let's go. Elizabeth Sparkle is a famous actress who's seemingly slipping out of the public eye as she ages. On her 50th birthday, she gets fired by the scumbag producer for not being sexy enough. She gets in a wreck on her way home, feeling completely at rock bottom. A doctor there then feels up her spine, telling her that she's a great candidate for a new procedure. Elizabeth finds a USB in her pocket that gives her the gist of The Substance, a drug that gives you a new, better version of yourself that you switch to, having 1 week with your new body and 1 week with your old. Elizabeth chooses to try this new method, having a gnarly scene where her back splits open to give birth to a younger woman, who she names Sue. As her life begins to sparkle once again, she has to fight to respect the balance of the switch and remember that Sue and Elizabeth are one and the same. Quite obviously, this film tackles the unrealistic beauty standards for women in the industry, and it's done super well. It's not very subtle, but some messages need to be shouted out to make it land for those who cannot relate. This movie will hit hard for women right out of the gate, and I like how over-the-top sexual many of Sue's scenes can be, ensuring that, yeah, the men in the audience stay in their seats until they can get more intense. Gotta do what you gotta do. Elizabeth is such a tragic character, played expertly by the stunning icon Demi Moore. Only unbelievable thing about this movie is that she would ever be considered not hot. That is a gorgeous woman, how fucking dare you? And the way that her Sue persona starts out mimicking her performance so well, only to spiral into feeling like she's a completely different person, is outstanding. I've heard a few reviewers online confuse if there's really a split consciousness or not, but the film goes out of its way to remind you that Elizabeth and Sue are indeed the same person. Many people who experience confidence issues can feel like their at-home version of themselves is practically a different person from the one that they wear out. And a particular scene in the film where Elizabeth self-sabotages herself while having the looming presence of Sue in the background just got me so emotional. It's an all too familiar feeling. Now we're gonna get a little deeper into the plot and into some spoilers. If you want to skip, head to this time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boo. Sue gets a job replacing Elizabeth on her show, becoming a beloved celebrity and a sex icon. She decides to stay as her perfect self for a few hours past the time she should switch, resulting in Elizabeth waking up the next morning with a gnarly finger. She learns that there's no way to reverse this process, running into an old man at a restaurant. Looking at a birthmark on his hand, she realizes that this is the doctor who recommended her to the procedure, wanting company in this misery. Elizabeth decides to try to find new purpose in her true self, getting ready to go on a date with an old classmate of hers who found her beautiful as the person she really was. However, Elizabeth can't find the beauty in herself, fighting with her appearance to the point of no return, standing up her date and wallowing in her self-pity until she can switch back to Sue. Oof, girl, I've been there. This was a really rough scene to watch. On her next switch, Sue gets frustrated at Elizabeth, deciding to go a few extra days past the switch date. She's going to be hosting the epic New Year's show for the station she works at, and wants as much time with her new body as she can. When she eventually switches back, Elizabeth is horrified at the state her body is now in. Once again being reminded that she can't go back, she takes to cooking, making a mess of her kitchen as she mocks Sue on the TV for speaking poorly about Elizabeth's old show. To Elizabeth, Sue is a completely separate entity now, even though we all know the truth. There's this fucking gnarly scene where her knee locks up that made me look away, ugh. And when it's time for Sue again, she decides that enough is enough. She makes the stupid choice of staying as her new self for 3 whole months, getting woozy as the spinal fluid she's meant to inject every day from Elizabeth's body runs out. The only way to get more is to switch back, which she reluctantly does. When she wakes up, Elizabeth is now this completely horrid old gremlin, shocked at what she's done to herself. She decides that she needs to stop this, picking up a termination kit and planning to kill the Sue body. Right before she commits, she finds she can't go through with it, trying to switch back when Sue also wakes up. What? Sue sees the termination kit and freaks out, going ham on Elizabeth and eventually kicking her to death. Oh fuck, Sue, Elizabeth is you? What are you gonna do now? At the New Year's celebration that night, Sue starts to physically fall apart, her teeth coming out and her ear falling off. Ew, gross. She runs home to find her substance activator kit. Remembering that the substance is to make a better version of yourself, she injects herself with it again, back splitting open to give birth to, oh my fucking god, what is that thing? This thing is apparently called Monstro Elisasu, a form that seems to bring comfort to her. She dresses back up in her outfit and heads to the celebration. On stage, the illusion is broken to the crowd, everyone screaming in horror at the monster. Monstro calls out that it's her, it's Elizabeth, but everyone still pushes her around in terror, her falling apart at the seams and spraying the crowd in blood. Holy fucking shit, this is amazing. Monstro shatters into pieces, Elizabeth's face stuck in a bit of her flesh as she crawls to her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, remembering her glory days right as she melts away. Yeah, this movie can get pretty gross with the gore, but even when it was enough to make me look away on occasion, I love how intense this got. For a film with this kind of theme, you need to go big or go home, and thankfully this one went big. While yes, it's over the top as a whole and very exaggerated, I saw myself so much in this movie, in this character. Finding meaning and purpose in yourself when the world praises those who are flawless is such a common struggle for people, women and the elderly especially, and it's important to remember your own worth and value in the face of all this. The scenes in the later half of the movie where Elizabeth looks longingly at the version of herself she started with is so heartbreaking. Sometimes you never realize how truly beautiful you were because you were so blind to it. Overall, a great movie for the themes and a great movie for body horror gore. Definitely don't try eating dinner with this one. I know I felt a little queasy myself. It's another good one for the recommendation pile. I'm giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks so much for watching my video. As for tomorrow's movie, some people say they would do anything to revive someone who was lost long ago. But would you make a deal with 2 demon brothers? Bye.